Good to have you join us. This edition of Sports Zone. Okay. I don't know how many of you have heard of the person of James Johnson Abade. He's been in the media the last couple of, was it a day or two? Last 2 days,
ago, yeah.
Talking about needing an operation to completely transform into a full-blooded man. We hopefully will speak with him this morning on the show if we're able to get through. If not, we'll just continue the show as we always do every day of the work week. But Ajibade has sent a letter through. Abade, has sent a letter through to the hierarchy at the Nigeria Football Federation, seeking their intervention to help him conduct his surgery. This letter he sent to the Football Federation on the 4th of April 2023 last year, and it's addressed to the president of the Nigeria Football Federation, and we all know who the current president is. According to him, the Football Federation are yet to respond to his appeal of financial assistance. But he lives in America as we speak. He's gone through, I think, the first and second stages of his surgery, looking for the final stage, I think it is. So the time difference might be a problem. Right now, I think it should be about 3 a.m. 3 a.m. where he is. But we'll try and get through to him so he can tell his own story right here on the show. James Johnson Abade is on the line now. For those who do not know, what this is all about, can you just go back in time just a little bit so that people understand exactly what this is all about?
Yeah. My name is James Johnson already, and I am once a female and now a male. I seek for support from the Nigerian Football Federation, and I wrote a letter to them far back in last year, April 4th.
Now, the people need to understand, James, people need to understand why you're seeking support from the Football Federation. What's the reason for that? Are you just anybody?
Yeah, I'm James Johnson, one-time female player with the Nigerian national women team.
Okay.
Born and raised as a female, and I find myself playing in the women national team, and since then till date, I've been looking for a way how to carry out my surgery in US, and since then to date, it hasn't been easy. So I've been looking for a way how to see how God can just use Nigerian Football Federation to be a support to me, to enable me to carry out my final phase of surgery left to be carried on. So, and it hasn't been easy, though I've been sponsored by the past FCT minister in Abuja to enable me to be the way I am at the moment, because I was transformed from that female part to become a male for the surgery, because I know I was having both sex organs as a then while playing for the female national team, and since then I was stopped from playing from the women national team by the past former NFA of the Nigerian Football Association then in Nigeria. And since then, I've been all by myself since I've been stopped from the national team. And I decided to I have to look for a way how to help myself, because that's what the NFA said, that I should go and seek for support or seek for a way how to do my surgery. And since then to date, I haven't got any support from them, from the NFA. And now we have the NFF, so the new NFF is now when I wrote to them for support if they can give that help to me. I think that can make my life a new person and full-blown man completely. But till now, as I'm talking, I'm yet to get any response from the NFF.
All right. So the first set of surgeries that you've done in America, yes, you say was sponsored by the former FCT minister. We're talking here about El Rufai, right? Yes.
Yes, El Rufai and Abagana, the former minister. The both ministers then are the two sponsors that I had during the time we were able to win the National FA Cup in National Stadium in Lagos. So the two, I think the two both ministers are the sponsor that I got from Nigeria then to enable me to come here for the surgery, and which the surgery was done. And I think I had to surgery from the two ministers. I have the first one was done in I think that was in April when I got in here. I had 2 phases of surgery with that former FCT minister. Then I had to be here again with the next one with El Rufai, which I had another 2. So this time around, I have the 2 more phases to enable me to become a full-blown man. Because as it is right now, without this final surgery, I cannot just be complete to call myself a full man yet, because that's the only way for me right now. I cannot father a kid. I'm just I don't know if I should call myself a tree that cannot yield any fruit, because I'm just here to get the final touch to enable me to become a father, if I'm able to get the final sponsorship to enable me to carry out the surgery.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Chance.
Do have a good day. Okay, this set of surgeries, this story dates back to 2004. So we're talking 20 years down the line, and it's a sad story.
Mm-hmm.
There's a message that came through because of Shegun now.
You'll be able to get it.
Yeah?
Just come here.
Okay, just do what you need to do. Okay, Shegun, did you hear what James had to say?
Yeah, and it was touching. This is, we've spoken about it, transgender and all, and I've been really unsympathetic to the transgender cause. But I think when we mentioned it at the time, he actually said something about how about it's a case of somebody being a hermaphrodite, as it were. And in this case, this is exactly what is happening to this guy, and it's really sad, to be honest. And speaking to him, this is what he's going through,
Shegun, sorry to interrupt you. I apologize for interrupting you, but I want you to comment on this message that we received based on the conversation that we just had.
Okay.
A listener says, good morning, this interview is nauseating. It makes me sick. Is it because there is no news today? Why are we interviewing someone that is confused and unserious?
How is
No. You see, funny enough, I was trying to, funny enough, that's how I started off. That I'm unsympathetic to the transgender in general, but there are always exceptions to the rule. That person needs to listen. A lot of people listen to the sponsor, but they're not hearing what we're saying, or they're hearing, but they're not listening. Either way, they're not doing both. So what happens is, this guy's case is an issue of physiology. It's biological. You understand? It's not a little boy that wakes someone and says, "You know what? I prefer to be a little girl." No.
I don't know how anybody can say that a human being's desire to feel complete is nauseating and makes him. I don't know how anybody can type such a message.
No. James' case is an exception to the rule. I've said it myself. I'm not into all this namby-pamby. I feel like a woman, ergo I'm a woman, or I feel like a man, ergo I'll change it. No, this guy has issues. You understand? Biological issues which he needs to sort out. You get my point? And it's kept him in limbo because at the end of the day, he's not been accepted as a woman anyway. That's the whole point of it.
The funny thing is,
Sorry?
insightful thing is, we had an interview with him a year or two ago, a few years ago, where he spoke about why he had to make that change. And he also sort of alluded to it at the start of this interview that he was born with 2 sex organs. So obviously he had to pick one, because you can imagine the sort of stigma that he had to grow up with. It's not going to be easy, right? And credit has to go to the ministers of the FCT. While he was a player of FCT Queens, they came through, supported him. And you can understand, probably he's not getting more support, so he's appealing. He didn't say it's done, or you must give me money. He goes, if you can help him out in his cause, that's fine. If not, I think that message was, and I'm looking through his previous, he didn't leave his name. I'm looking through his previous messages. It just tells you the kind of people we are. That it's not until somebody is rolling on the floor. If you cannot hit.
For me, people just need to listen and to hear people out from their merit. Just not listen. I don't think it's for this guy. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. For me, that's why, because, when Charles first brought it, I said, in my mind, it was really, I thought, okay, why are we talking to this guy? But we heard him out. Do you understand? So it's different from these other people in the West, which is a choice. What he's going through is not a choice. You understand? He has to choose one. Well, it is a choice. He has to choose one. You get my point? But it's not, an affected one that it's not a lifestyle. You understand? For some people, it's a lifestyle that I'm a man, but I choose to be a woman. In America, they'll say, well, it's part of their culture. Do what you want to do when you want to do it. Or their lack of culture, as the case may be.
That's the reason why we decided to bring him, on the show to tell his own story. Sometimes, people get to misunderstand when you don't hear from the horse's mouth. And I think James perfectly explained himself and what his intention is. Yeah?
Good morning, Sports Zone. My name is Irene. I listened to the interview. I first saw the news yesterday. I didn't read it. I just saw the headline and I thought the guy was not serious. But listening to the interview, I now understood what exactly happened. And I think Sports Zone, you guys need to emphasize the reason why he's doing this. He was born with male and female sex organs. Maybe if we say that, the listeners will probably understand it better. He was born with male and female sex organs, and he needs to choose one out of the two. And he has chosen to be a man. What's so wrong in helping such a person? That's a different scenario. He's not being a transgender. It's a different scenario altogether. He now has to become a complete man or a complete woman. And he chose to be a complete man. So I think we should lay emphasis on this. Thank you. Do have a lovely day.
All right, thank you, Irene. Hello, Shagun.
Hello, sorry, I'm here, Jerry.
Okay. Anything of interest to you?
I think that the Emilio Isue story is really, that's a crazy story, to be honest. And I love that player. The fact that he plays right back for his third division club side and plays as a top 9 for his country shows his level of commitment and everything that he's willing to do. But to think that FIFA wants to strike that all off now, I don't know how. If he played for the youth side, then he should be eligible to play for Equatorial Guinea's first team. But maybe the regulations were different then. It depends. Because right now you can play. In fact, you can even appear. Players can play for England, maybe friendlies or something. I'm not sure. But once it's not a competitive game, you understand? Then you're not tied down to that country, so to speak. So I don't know. It's not really clear to me what FIFA is up, but it's big trouble for him. So an Equatorial Guinea, I could call it to doubt, their participation in competitions and tournaments going forward. That is one. And then for the Mbappe story, Real Madrid was reigning European champions, record European champions, and they add Kylian Mbappe. They add how many goals did he score? 44 goals in 48 games. What can I say? Next time you will talk about to beat next season.
It sounds to me like everyone's suggesting that next season Real Madrid is going to blow everybody out of the water.
No, trust me, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. It doesn't work that way. The other good things, and we should remember that Real Madrid got through to the finals, but courtesy of penalties against Man City. And I'll never say this in front of Victor Pepper, but in fairness, over 2 legs, I think Man City could actually be categorized as the better team. If I'm going to look, I'll never tell you, say it in front of Victor. So, hey, there's always an element of luck. City could easily have lined up against Russia, so it doesn't matter. The European Cup is one of the toughest competitions or tournaments to win. So, but I think for La Liga, they'll probably blow away everybody in La Liga. That's for sure.
Well, it's still left to be seen. I like what Thierry Henry said about the situation. He goes, look, you just can't walk into a football club and believe that, you're the missing piece, no matter what it is that people believe. You still have to work hard for it, earn your place, show that you have what it takes to play for the team. And that is an ongoing process as soon as he joins the squad. So Mbappe will have to work hard to show that he will earn a spot, in the Real Madrid first 11. We hear he's going to be wearing the number 9 jersey. But as soon as Luka Modric completely retires from football, then he gets to don the number 10 jersey, which is his favorite. But for now, he's going to wear the number 9 jersey at Real Madrid.
But just one thing, I agree 100% with what you said, but that in itself makes Real Madrid even a better team. Do you get? Because Mbappe is not going to rock up, puffing out his chest. Do you understand? And doing buga. Do you get? He's coming to reign European champion. So, as you said, he's going to have to fight for his place, which essentially will make him a better player and make Real Madrid a better team. He's going to improve the team, but he's not just going to walk in. You get my point? Because he's not rescuing them. They're already on top of the tree. They're on top of the mountain. So what he's coming to do is to make sure they stay there. So I think it's a win-win situation. But he's going to have to struggle, and with a coach like Ancelotti, he's going to have to prove himself. So Henry is right, but that's for the betterment of Real Madrid. It's a win-win situation.
All right, so Chelsea fans should be feeling excited. Femi, what's your take? Maresca come to the rescue?
Oh, it looks like someone who knows what he's doing. Let's see if he has the knowledge to carry this Chelsea team from where they are to where they want to be. I do think that what he did with Leicester was pretty good, and the sort of players he brought in. But I think the Premier League is a different ballgame. It's going to be very difficult.
There are very few managers at Chelsea that I've felt comfortable with, but for Maresca, I think the club is moving in the right direction. I think that Maresca will prove a point or two at Chelsea.
Time will tell.
Yeah, well, time always tells.
Yeah.
If you want to be a part of us, first off, follow us across all social media pages at Lagos Talks 913 is our handle. And of course, kindly like, share, subscribe, and make sure you're a part of the Lagos Talks family.